Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. So today I thought I would take you guys along while I was picking some of the cherry tomatoes and just kind of give you guys a general update. So we have a massive amount of cherry tomatoes that are ripe. I don't know if the camera can pick it up very well or not. There's an awful glare in my eyes. So here is some of the cherry tomatoes. So they are very bountiful and plentiful. So the last couple days have been very eventful. I was actually planning on picking and filming yesterday, but when I brought the camera out here to pick and film, I literally was walking out with the tripod. Tracy was working on butchering one of the geese, and I heard her go, "Oh!" And I was like, "Uh-oh, that's not good." Tracy is notorious for cutting herself, not like that, but like accidentally wounding herself while using knives. Everybody harps on me because I hold knives funny and stuff, but I usually don't cut myself. She holds them the proper way and cuts herself often, so I don't know. She's all right. Her finger's quite sore, so I had to postpone harvesting anything in the garden because it became my turn to work on the geese because she could not continue on in her wounded state. So that was a big bummer because I had other things that I wanted to get done and I needed to get done, but alas, that's the life of a homesteader. So we ended up, she was about halfway done butchering the first geese whenever she cut herself. And I was like, well, we already have the ice, we already have everything out. I'm going to continue on. For those of you who do not know, I do not like butchering birds at all. There's just, I'll show you guys. Look at this cluster of tomatoes. Like, it is kind of hard to pick it. But so I do not like harvesting birds at all. I don't like all of the feathers getting all up in my way and on my fingers, and it just, I don't like it. So day before yesterday, I don't even know when it was, a couple days ago, everything just runs together because you just keep doing the same thing every day and stuff without a huge bunch of difference is going on. So the other day I butchered Thelma and Louise, aka Tom and Lewis, the ones that we had in the rabbit tractor that we thought were females, but they ended up being males. So I butchered them, and then we worked on the geese. We were originally going to make our flock of geese turn into 3. We did have 6. Originally we had 7, but we sold one. So we were originally going to make it so we had only 3 geese left. And that was the plan until Tracy cut her hand. Well, it was her finger, but anyways, words are not my strong suit this morning. It's fixing to rain, so I'm trying to get everything picked and harvested and filmed at the same time. But so anyways, so we were planning on making it so we only had 3 geese, but we ended up keeping 4 because when we picked the one up that we thought was a female, another one of the females came like charging after us, and we've affectionately called that female Nemo because it has a messed up webbing of the foot and stuff, so it's kind of like Finding Nemo, the lucky fin and stuff. So Nemo came charging after us, squawking all funny and stuff, and we had jokingly told Nemo the other day that, like, hey, we're gonna diminish the flock, you have to, since you're the friendliest and all, you have to basically let us know if we grab the wrong one. So when Nemo came charging after us yesterday, we kind of assumed that that was, not one to grab and stuff. So we put her down, and we ended up going and grabbing a different male because we had 3 males and 3 females. So we were going to go down to having 1 male and 2 females. So when Nemo did that, we decided that we should keep that one. There's a basket right there for the big tomatoes. Tracy's come out to help with harvesting stuff. Let's everybody say hi to Tracy and her Michael Jackson look. Hi. So the finger that she cut was actually her pointer finger. So just the tip. But so anyways, so Nemo ran after us, and I'll let you go through. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Nemo ran after us and was squawking like crazy and stuff, like almost as if she's like, that's my friend, don't take that one and stuff. So we put that one back. We went and we grabbed a male, and when we picked up the male, Nemo just kind of looked at us like, me. I don't care that you took that one. Like, go ahead, get him out of here and stuff. So it made it kind of easy to decide. So we ended up keeping all 3 females and 1 male. The purpose of the geese on our homestead is to next year be able to provide a sustainable meat source for us. So that is why we're keeping males and females. They will end up breeding next year, and then we'll hatch out babies and stuff. There's a lot of, because of all the rain, this is what rain does to tomatoes if you don't get them in time. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus in on this. It's not going to. But so basically the tomatoes split. So I've been still throwing them in the basket under the understanding that I will have to, once I get it inside, I will have to comb through and pull them all out to feed them to the birds. But I don't want to just leave them in here to act for seed, because this particular type of cherry tomato right here, we're not a big fan of it. It's just, I think it's called cherry red was the variety name, and it's okay. Like, we've had a lot of really good red cherry tomatoes that we've started from seed ourselves, but this year, due to moving, we weren't able to start stuff from seed, so we had to buy plants. And yeah, like this one is really, really bad. It's practically 2 tomatoes. Turkeys will be happy. But so this one's not one that we will save seed from to replant next year. We had one a few years ago that it was actually our first garden that we had. It was called a Rapunzel cherry, and it was absolutely incredible. I think I still have seeds from when I saved seeds the first year from that. But my former neighbor, I had given her a couple of plants, and then she saved seeds, and then she kept growing the same ones too, because all of us loved it. It was like the perfect amount of sweetness and tanginess. It was delightful. So anyways, then the night before last, we were laying in bed. All of us were almost asleep. It was like 11 o'clock at night. It had rained all day long, like downpoured all day long and stuff. It was no longer storming or anything of the sort. And so we're laying there, and I'm almost asleep. Tracy's almost asleep, and we hear pop, and it sounded like a gunshot. And I was like, huh, it's awful late for anybody to be shooting. And then we heard pop, 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 pop. And I was like, oh my God, what the heck was that? Like, is somebody like trying to like rob us or something? Like, we had no idea what was going on and stuff. So we came outside with a flashlight and stuff, and we're looking around, and I was like, it sounded like a tree fell and stuff, not the bops. The bops was just like, we were all perplexed by the bopping and stuff, but the whoosh sound definitely sounded like a tree had fallen. And so we couldn't really see much of anything, but we walked around and we determined that's what had to have happened. So in the morning time, yesterday morning, we went out and we looked, and it was a really big tree that had a V up at the top, probably about 25 feet up. It V'd off and did, almost like 2 separate trunks and stuff. They were probably close to 2 feet in diameter, each of them V's. Well, one side of the V actually split off and then fell down. It was on our neighbors. The tree is actually our neighbors, but the tree, the split piece, landed on our property. So it did some damage to some of our trees, but not anything critical. It did hit quite a few small trees and damage some of them, but not anything too terribly bad. So we also were dealing with that yesterday too. The neighbor was up in the woods, and he was working on chainsawing it up, so that way it wasn't such a big ordeal and stuff, because they also heat with wood, so they were kind of happy to have some extra firewood and stuff for next year. The one thing I really like about these yellow pear tomatoes, like, even though this one is split, it's not like the other one. Like, nothing is oozing out. It creates like its own little, I don't know if I can get the camera to focus in on it or not. It creates like its own little webbing. So I'll show you guys another one. This one here's got multiple splits on it. So it creates its own little webbing, protecting the fruit, so that way it's not all lost when it gets to be too much water. That's why tomatoes split, is there's suddenly a flux of too much water inside of the tomato, and the skin can't contain all of that water. It's tough. But yeah, so we're just going to keep picking and harvesting, and hopefully the rain holds out so that way we can get this done. We have a lot of things to get done. So I'm going to cut this short. So if you guys are enjoying our content, please give our videos a thumbs up. Share it with your friends on social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel to help us grow. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.